war of attrition in the Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC is intensifying ahead of the state governorship election in September. The APC National Chairman Adams Oshiomhole has written a letter to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, insisting that the party has chosen the direct primary mode for selection of its candidates for the poll. He said the party's decision is in full compliance with the APC Constitution and the Electoral Act. Meanwhile, the governor of the state, Godwin Obaseki, who is seeking re-election under the party's platform, asked Oshiomhole to stay away from the primaries. Babajide, sometimes Obaseki brags and sometimes he brags and begs. He's in Lagos today seeking reconciliation, trying to meet with a party leader in Abuja tomorrow, trying to meet with the governor. Now, if you tell a national chairman of a party, because if he's going to be the direct primaries now, Oshiomhole will be expected to be in his hometown,
yes,
Yamo, mobilizing votes for his party, and he's also the national chairman of that party. I am telling him to stay clear from the exercise.
Well, by the powers conferred on him as the elected chairman of the national chairman of the APC, elected by the National Convention, not chosen. Not chosen, because we've seen some people get into the ESCO of the APC while not elected. But he was elected at the National Convention, so he has the local standard to function as the chairman of the party. And the powers conferred on him are very clear. The activities of the party, like mobilizing, like organizing this kind of yes, it is mandated to preside over such exercise. Mobilizing votes for the party in a national election is mandated to lead the process. So, how do you tell him not to perform the functions that the constitution of the party gave to him?
So it should stay clear.
The truth is tongue twisting and whistling at the same time. It's a difficult thing to do. You came to Lagos during the lockdown. You and your colleagues defied the lockdown, came to Lagos in the interest of peace, in inverted commas. At the same time, you are taking steps that will make peace difficult to attain. Look at what he has done against his own party now. Because the Gazette that I just came up with today is meant to make it difficult for any form of direct primaries to take place. By saying that there can be no gathering of more than 20 persons. By saying that only Ogbe Stadium is permitted to be used for any form of political gathering, and that if there is a need for other places to be used, it has to be with approval. So
against
the direct primaries are held at what level?
Yes.
They are held at what level? So if you do not permit any form of gathering above
20,
or people above 20, how do they do direct primaries at what level? So it's trying to put paid to any form of gathering, whether it is for direct primaries or not. So hiding behind COVID. Yes, we have said that COVID is not something that we can play with. No doubt about it. But elections are coming. We can't wait. It will become a constitutional crisis if it stays longer than necessary. So elections are coming. Whether there is COVID or not, we have to do those elections. We have to do those elections. So he has created a problem. Then even some members of the party too have taken him to court, accusing him of forgery. So they are trying to cancel each other out while appearing in one breath to be looking for peace, going to visit Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and the rest of them,
And even the
despite the fact that he once said that Edo State is not Lagos, you know, you are going to see the strong man in Lagos eating your words. You are also at the same time holding on to the cane, seeking to whip Oshomole and the rest of them into line. You are probing him over an hospital project. He is the same man that you want people to believe that, oh, you want to make peace. You went to the president, you said, oh, the president was very warm, he received me warmly, and he assured me of support. And I laughed. He said, you went to Buhari. You need to, can't we learn from other people? Do you know how many people Buhari received in 2019?
No, the president,
so-called
the AA candidate, Akinlade.
Yes.
you went there.
With
Is
four plus
it
four.
not a photo opportunity? Buhari will not deny you a photo opportunity. You met the president, you want photographer. Okay, you are holding your...
Akinlade was there, Musu was with him.
Now four
And
plus
you are holding your form. He will smile, he too will smile at
Yes,
you
photo op.
and then leave. Remember when they were preparing for the senatorial contest? That time, Senate President, people like, what's his name? The man from Goza.
Ndume.
Ndume kept saying that no, that as far as he's concerned, the president received him warmly, has assurances. This, we said you will not win. This is the person who will win. He said no, I will not. I won't step down. I won't step. The president has not told us that this is the person that he wants. Oh, Buhari will not come out openly to say this is the person that he wants. Buhari never told anyone publicly that he wanted a particular person as deputy Senate president. That's the
Senator
Delta man, Ovie Omagege. But we know that he told some of the members
the
of the
caucus
SPC caucus that it's this person that I want. Work for him. But he will not come openly. If the rival of Omagege comes, Buhari will join them. They will take photographs. So you are now banking on President Buhari that he received you warmly.
audio support.
Papa, audio support. That's the ultimate audio support. He will not talk. He will not talk. He will just be looking at us.
We start with you.
I think the governor is just...
Before we enter the studio, I read the resignation letter of the commissioner.
Yeah, the Commissioner for Information.
2 weeks ago, Akerile,
Chief of
the Chief of Staff. Now I see that, look, there's fire on the mountain. That the center can no longer hold in the government house, Edo States. Now, and strangely, Adams Oshomole is not talking.
You see, the thing is, one of the biggest weapon any political strategist has is always be silent. Because your enemies will always be playing their cards. You know, when you're doing last card checkup, you are always going to... they will always send you on general market. You know, that is how it is.
You don't know that card.
But you don't know the card, the joker that he has to finish you. And that is what Oshomole is playing. But he doesn't understand. Yesterday, I was just listening to what he was saying. He was saying that Oshomole should not involve himself. He's against natural justice.
Party chairman.
You know, in politics, there's nothing like natural justice. It's either you follow...
Interest is the ultimate thing.
No, that is the interest.
Interest.
So,
Why should Oshomole even talk when his strategy is working?
You know, his strategy is working because the thing is they want him to talk. And he's talking
And they know that Oshomole talks too much. So
But
they are trying to lead him into a major blunder.
You know,
But the people manage him. I told him, National Chairman, we know you talk too much. You self know, say you talk too much. But this time,
just keep
we
quiet.
need you to. So that is it's good that he's listening to them.
Yes. If I don't know if you watched the other day, the 2 days ago that they were the governors were there and all. The Oshomole was just looking after his own speech. He was just looking. He didn't. It's just so unlike him. You know, it was just unlike.
He buttoned up his mouth.
Yes. You know, just talk. You know, keep talking. Obaseki needs to sit down, or the people who are advising him they need to sit him down and talk to him. The thing about second term is not gra-gra. You know, the people who own the party are the ones that would decide. That is direct primaries. People who have started from AC and down to APC, they are the ones saying that you did not carry them along. They are the party leaders are there. So,
they disobey him.
And even he doesn't even know. One thing about politics is even his own kitchen cabinet, when the chips are down, they will leave him. Because right now it's like he's just going into self-destruct. He's just going like every statement he's making is always making blunders. And you can't say you want to come to Lagos for reconciliation, and when you now go back home, you are causing problem. There is nobody who is in that party who is the party leader that won.
No, what they will say, you see why we said Eskisa. You see why we said you should not listen to. Can you see now?
No, but actually, it's so funny that it's some months to the election, nobody is talking about the interests of an average man in Edo States. Nobody's talking about APC. I mean, nobody's talking about development. Nobody's talking about anything. These people is all about how to grab power, the intrigues to get the power. I can't remember the last time I listened to any of the candidates or any of the aspirants talking about how I'm going to keep the number of jobs I'll create.
Well, you and I know.
Okay, I think I have Hassan from Lagos.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Good evening, Hassan.
Yeah. Please, I'm carried away by Ayo's permutation this evening. The permutation is very clear and logical. The man brags and begs.
Yes.
I don't know where the irony is coming from. You cannot claim to be a sitting governor of a state, lashing the person that helped you to power, then at the same time extending the insult to people that knew nothing about it, like Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and co. Because I'm a living witness to that. When he said,
Edo is not Lagos.
Edo is not Lagos.
I know what he's trying to say. Hassan.
We will discover in the fullness of time whether Edo is Lagos. I know that the same people that are being insulted now, they played a part in this emergence. And he has dug himself into a hole to the point that even it's difficult for even someone like Dangote, who we know goes around trying to make peace. It's difficult for Dangote to help him at this time. You know, so this is the thing. As a politician, you have to be careful. He is not a thorough politician in the real sense of the word. He's a technocrat, and his inexperience has shown. Yeah. Look at the man. He is a yamo of a man. He has never lived outside of Benin. And he has been, all the Colombia, or what's this word? That Benin vote.
Yes.
Since 2016, he's been Colombian.
Yes, Colombian.
That Benin vote, he will leave the rest to you people to battle up. And that is where the bulk of the votes are. So it's going to be interesting, but I can predict that. Look, since they've said they want direct primaries, if you come up with any form of gazette, these people will disobey, and who will enforce? Police. You can never bank on the police in matters like this. If the president is not averse to the idea of direct primaries,
that was what was.
Of course,
he emerged through direct primaries.
The IG will just be looking like a bat. And the primaries will happen.
As well, we are counting down to that primaries.
No, we are, exactly. We are counting down. And it's going to be very interesting.
Very, very, very interesting. Still to come, federal government